Hi, welcome to this interview.
Hi.
So I'm gonna start off by asking you to state your name, year, hometown, and major.
Gotcha. I'm Youseff Bousada. I'm a second year here at UVA. I'm from Kearney, New Jersey, and I'm a computer science major.
Let's go. Out of state.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from New York.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like New York State, right?
Long Island.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
close. Okay. Well, let's get right into the questions. So, what do you know about CBS Survivor? And if you do know, what is your favorite season?
I have never watched the show. I have no idea. The closest thing I probably watched is Total Drama Island. I love that cartoon.
Yeah.
I also watched like the 2016 revival series, Total Drama Rama, when I was in
Okay.
like middle school. And that's like the
That's sick.
closest thing I've ever
So you
watched.
haven't seen a single episode,
Not
not
a
a
single
single
one.
like, not even YouTube or TikTok
Nope.
clip. That is
I've seen,
awesome.
I've seen like some of the introductions for just Survivor
Survivor
here at
UVA.
UVA. Yeah, when I
Wait.
joined the club, but
Okay.
otherwise I've seen nothing.
So how'd you learn about it?
I heard about it, I think, from Reddit. I
Oh.
was just like looking through clubs at the beginning of last year. I heard that this was like a game show type thing,
Mhm.
and yeah, I thought I might as well check it out. It sounded fun.
That is so cool. Well, let me preface by there are a lot of people who do Survivor at UVA who have never watched the show, and they do great.
Nice.
So, personally, my season one dude was never watched Survivor ever, and he just got recommended by like his roommate or whatever. Ended up getting like 8th place.
Oh.
So yeah. So don't worry about that. Okay. So since you have never watched a season of Survivor, if you could guess, if you were put on an island with 17 other people and you have to, be the last one standing, how do you think you would navigate being on the show?
How do you
How do you
this-
think your game strategy would be?
like in this scenario, like a Lord of the Flies
Well,
situation?
no, well, more like Survivor UVA. Sorry, take out the island, but like if you, based off what you think this game show would be like, how do
Okay.
the wind? How do you think you would handle yourself? Like any social strategy, or like
I
would
think-
you rely on physical game? I don't know.
I think I'd make. Are there allies in this? Like you can. Yeah, I'd probably make friends with one person, like one really compatible person, and then when the end comes, we'd have to duke it out. I think that's my strategy.
Okay. Well, it's
Team
not.
up with one person.
You don't vote everyone off. There's usually like 2 to 3 people in the final.
Okay.
So theoretically, under that logic, you would be able to go with your partner for the entire game if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd do that. I'd go for 1 or 2 really good friends, and I'd try to ally with them.
And what if they don't want that though? What if they betray you? What would you do then?
I'd have to betray them back harder.
Cool. Okay. This question's kind of irrelevant. Is there any particular character or player from CBS Survivor that you try and emulate?
We'll give it. I've never seen.
How about
the show, so-
Drama Island?
Yeah.
Is there any?
What kind of character? Probably the one really big guy.
Okay.
I think I'd like to be like him. He was a cool guy. He was chill.
What about what do you mean he was chill? Just for
I
people
think
who
he
haven't
was.
watched the show.
He was like a surfer type dude. I think he was very chillax. I think he put up a good front. He came across as like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but he did know what he was doing.
Okay. Cool. Next question. What are your other involvements outside of your schoolwork? I mean, like clubs.
Clubs here?
Yeah.
I joined a ton of clubs this year. I'm still going to the interest meetings, but I did do salsa last year, and I really liked that club.
I love salsa.
I was in one of the showcases. It was pretty
Really?
fun.
Do you know Nick Newcomb?
No.
Okay. He's like the marketing chair. We're like best friends. So, okay. What else do you do outside of salsa?
Well, I guess on my own. I'm just not club-wise. I am an artist. I really like to draw.
Yeah.
Digital, traditional, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like biking a lot. I did join a cycling club this year. I like going to the gym, that kind of stuff. So I guess just a mix of artistic stuff and just like physical sports,
Cool. My turn to interject and say a little rant here. At Survivor UVA, it is a big time commitment. We usually meet. There's 2 required meetings a week, right? One is the challenge, right, in which you try and win for immunity, and then the other one is tribal council, which would, that's when you go and vote somebody off. right? Tribal council actually happen usually right here, along this stretch, and then you walk over and cast your vote. And so, like you said, I mean, you joined a bunch of clubs recently or in interest meetings.
Yeah,
Do you
I
think you
haven't,
have enough time?
Of
in
course,
order
yeah.
to,
I
okay.
haven't like fully committed to anything yet this year.
Okay.
I've just joined a bunch of Discord servers pretty much, but yeah, I totally have the time for it. I took it easier this semester.
Okay. Cool. All right, next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being loyal to a fault and 10 being unnecessarily disloyal, where would you fall and why?
It really depends on who, but I think usually I put myself 10 was loyal.
Disloyal, very disloyal.
Okay.
1 is very loyal.
I put myself at a good 3. I think
Okay.
if I really know you, then I got your back. But if I don't know you, then not so much.
Yeah. Would you try and put feels out there as like, because you don't want to spread yourself too thin with your loyalty, right?
Yeah.
What if you spread yourself too thin, you promised too many people and were loyal to too many people? What would happen?
I guess I'd have to choose. I would. But I think, like I said, I think I would really focus on only a few people.
Okay.
So, like, I'd be really loyal to those people, but to other people I wouldn't be.
Okay.
I think.
Cool. Next question. What would be your strengths and weaknesses, do you think?
For my strengths, I would say I work well under pressure. I might get a little quiet in a stressful situation, but I think I'm very good at just working things out on my own. As for my weaknesses, I think I tend to overthink a lot in certain situations. Maybe I might hesitate, but otherwise I think I'm very, very good when it comes to stress, but also I tend to overthink a lot.
Okay. Cool. This is my favorite question. Keep in mind, this is college, we don't haze or anything. How far would you go to win the game?
I think I would sacrifice a kidney. I would, if it meant I win. I'm very competitive.
For that $100 in bragging rights of Soul
Yes,
Survivor?
I would.
Good to know. An extension from my question. Are there any lines you are willing not to cross? Like in terms of like betraying someone's trust or something like that?
I think I wouldn't go out of my lengths to shame someone who didn't deserve it, you know? Like I wouldn't throw someone under the bus that I didn't really have any involvement with, you know? Like I wouldn't frame someone for something they didn't really do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't betray someone who hasn't really done anything, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Tell a funny or embarrassing story about yourself.
Ooh. Embarrassing or funny. Okay, so me and my friends, a few months ago now, in the beginning of the summer, we met up in New York City, and one of these days we decided that we wanted to eat 100 chicken nuggets, just as a good like finale to the trip.
Yeah.
So we went in. We even made a whole video about it and everything, so we wouldn't forget
Is it uploaded to YouTube? Can we see it?
So it was 3 of us, right?
Okay.
And we had 100 chicken nuggets, and this was always a dream, you know, of I would assume any kid, you know, at least me. But so we started eating, and I got to 52 of them, 52 out of 100. So I ate half of them. So if there's any eating competitions on this show,
oh
you know,
my word,
I'm the guy.
Well, I'm in charge of the challenges, so I think I will not put an eating challenge because of the unnecessary disadvantage you have over others.
But that was sorry.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, that was a fun day. Later that night though, I was like dry heaving over the toilet. It sucked so much, man. I didn't throw up, but I was like.
Did you end
my
up
body
getting
wanted
you
to
and your
throw
2
up.
friends, the whole 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We finished, but you know, I carried.
At what
for half.
cost?
I know. I think both of them had like around like 20 something, like
Wow.
around 25 each.
How many?
and I had
What
50.
sauce did you use?
None.
None?
They were dry.
Why?
I don't know. I like stuff plain. You know. I don't really, except for honey
It
mustard.
didn't get
honey
bored
mustard
though.
is
It
the one
didn't
really
didn't
good
get
one.
boring of like the same flavor of nugget every single time?
When they got cold, it was brutal because one of my friends was taking a while to finish, so we had to help him a little bit. And by that time, they were pretty cold, and that's
Dude.
I never wanted to taste another chicken nugget again, man. It sucked. But we figured that sauce would make it too hard because we were already eating that much, and if we added like anything
Extra
heavy,
calories.
yeah, it would suck.
Okay. What about drinks though? Surely you have
Just water.
Just water.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay. What is an interesting fact about yourself?
Interesting.
I already used the drawing fact.
Yeah. And I used the fact that I can eat 52 chicken nuggets. Interesting.
Do any trips recently?
I do, yeah. I've been around. I guess, yeah. I've been around a lot. I've been through like all the major city areas in the United States.
Wow.
And I have gone to Europe a bunch, just like solo traveling on my own.
Really?
Yeah. And whenever I do, I really like to like explore, you know. So I try to get a little lost.
Yeah.
And in my second to most recent trip, I went to Germany alone. It was winter too. I went to Munich.
Wow.
And I went a little south one of the days for like a day trip, and I got to this one mountain area. I think it was called like Garmisch. I forgot exactly. But I got pretty high up the mountain, and it was winter, so the mountain was snowy.
Yeah.
And after a certain point, the trail just like kind of disappeared because it was covered with snow.
Oh wow.
And no one had hiked on that part to like, you know, footstep it down.
Yeah.
So after a certain time, I was just like crawling
You
up.
kept going.
I kept going because I wanted, because that's it. I get like obsessive with goals, you know. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I got as high up as I could, without like feeling mortal terror. But then I got to like this little area, and it was like kind of like a cave, but it was just like this little like segment of the mountain that was just kind of like, it looked like the start of a cave, but it didn't keep going. So like a little rocky,
Yeah, a little alcove.
den. Yeah, something like that. And dude, I kid you not, there was a bunch of wooden crosses with like photos on them. So it was like, are these people who died here? And then after I got there, I went back down.
Whoa.
And it was harder down than on the way up. It was less tiring, but because it was snowy, I was just like holding on trees and like just sliding slowly. And it was like so high up. I was like above like the cloud line at this point. So I just I kept just like shimmying down. That was terrifying. But I like to explore a lot.
That's some dad lore right there. That is crazy. That's awesome though.
Thank you.
Okay, this is I was laughing like a minute ago because I was reading this question. What is your spirit food?
Spirit food. It's not chicken nuggets.
What?
No, never again. I think it's steak. You
Steak.
can't go wrong with a steak.
Okay.
And
any specific seasoning or and then like how would you cook it?
just basic pepper, garlic, salt. Just
Okay.
pan-seared, medium rare. It's like, I feel like it's what I was destined to eat, you know? You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
And when I'm not in a restaurant and I have to like be normal, it's like so satisfying to just like hold it by the bone and just, you know?
Yeah.
It feels right.
Interesting.
So steak.
Steak. Okay. Next question. What is your biggest hot take and why?
Biggest. Here at UVA, at least, I think Runk is like super overrated. I think O Hill is the best dining hall. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I always like the food better in O Hill. I feel like in Runk everything is smaller.
Okay. What about the grill? Because that's like the biggest, like, you know.
At Runk, you mean?
Yeah, at the Runk Grill.
The burgers were good, but I don't know. I usually just take from the normal dining food. I don't like to wait.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like the normal Runk food is not nearly as good as O Hill.
Yeah. Ooh, I did think of a better one. I despise of ketchup, and I don't know why. Because I'll eat anything else, like anything. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe I had like a traumatic experience with ketchup when I was a baby or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Because it makes no sense. I'll eat anything and everything, but a ketchup I cannot stand. And I don't know why.
What
I'm
about
that way.
tomatoes?
I eat
and-
raw tomatoes sometimes, so that's
Okay,
what I
that's
don't
also a
get.
hot take.
Yeah.
We got like 3 hot takes in this one question.
Like cherry tomatoes, I love those things. Sometimes I eat them like
Okay,
grapes.
well, a cherry tomato is a little more normal. I thought you meant like
I
one of those like
I
giant,
have eaten one of those like
just
an
like
apple.
an apple.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh man.
But I like using
How do
them
you
when
sleep
I
at
cook.
night? No.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, raw
Okay.
tomatoes good, ketchup bad.
Okay. Tomato sauce.
Oh, marinara sauce is
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Literally just ketchup.
Just making sure. Okay, last question. This is a weird one. Brace yourself. How would you describe the color yellow to someone who is blind? Take a minute to like think it over. Or you just yap and think the first thing comes to mind.
You know, I think I'm a little biased here because I think, you know, that one thing where people say like maybe people see colors differently, but we would never know. Like my red might be your green, but we'll never know because we both call it red.
Yeah.
If that is the case, I think I got like dealt a really ugly yellow. I don't know why. I think yellow is one of my least favorite colors. So to someone who's blind, I describe it like the visual equivalent of when you like hit your funny bone and you feel like that. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
When you feel that stuff in like your forearm.
Yeah.
It feels like that, but with vision. It's like very,
Uncomfortable?
yeah, very tingly. It
Okay.
looks tingly.
Okay. Good question. Good answer. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
No? Okay. Not like how the game works or anything? Because I can answer those questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess what was the coolest challenge you think you designed for last semester?
I have not designed. This is my first year designing
Oh, okay.
challenges. Yeah.
What was your favorite one from last semester's Survivor?
Oof. I can tell you my least favorite. There was this one. I termed it the SAT challenge because first there was a reading comp, like an auditory reading comp, that you had to like pay attention to like names and stuff, and it was like spy themed or whatever because our season was spy themed. And then you had to go run around the lawn and like solve answers to, like what person was said when they were like, I don't know, like in terms of like in charge of the computer, like behind the scenes stuff. And you had to answer that, and you had to run back and correspond with the number, and then you had to do a math problem, like all different like division, addition, subtraction, multiplication with these answer numbers that you got from the reading comp questions. I'm not great at like math, like without a calculator.
Yeah.
I'm an archaeology major, you know, and so that was really annoying for me. In terms of favorite challenge, I like obstacle course challenges. Those things are fun.
Those look fun.
Yeah.
Like wipeout kind of stuff?
No, well, not necessarily way, but like having multiple stages and then like working as a team in like different groups. So, yeah. So those are my favorite challenges. Do you understand? Since you have no clue what Survivor is, to be honest, do you know what idols are and advantages?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about those. Hidden immunity idols, right? Once in a while, like a couple times a season, we will, give y'all a clue to find an idol, right? An idol can be played during tribal council, and if you play it, all votes cast against you in that tribal will be null and void. So it's basically a get out of jail free card.
Okay.
And it can be played really well. Say like everyone is gonna vote you and you have an idol, you can play it, you have like overwhelming votes, like 4 votes on you, and then you're the only vote casting another person, your singular vote can get them voted off, right? And there's also things called advantages. Those are a little more varied. They could range from like, I don't know, being an extra vote to like giving you insider information. Like those vary. We decide as an exec during the season. So I just want to let you know those are things to keep in mind when the season. So if we do introduce it, you don't be like, what's an idol? And then yeah. Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Youseff.
you.